Gotta go now, gotta go. Swerving in my whip, can't slow down. Driving fast with cars, boy, I'm on the road now. Automatic star, my Vic, take a cold now.
Hey, what is up, guys, and welcome back to the Roast Session Central. I'm the Nigerian Nemesis, and in today's video, we're going to be rocking a dirty 12-win XBOW deck right here that is so good in the current meta. We've got the Archers and the Electro Wizard for defense, and then everything else after that is just to support the XBOW. And as far as substitutions go, if you do not have the Electro Wizard, I would recommend trading him out for the Musketeer, and if you do not have the Log, I would recommend trading that out for the Zap. But before we do get into the video, I do want to start out with the question of the day coming from Supremacy Climax, and he asked me, what is my real name? So my name in real life is Foresight, and if you guys don't believe me, go ahead and check out my Instagram profile. I will also leave my name down in the description below. So that's my real name. So in the comment section down below, go ahead and let me know what your real name is if you want to be on a first name basis. This is basically for all of you guys since you have been here from the beginning of my channel. So let's go ahead and focus in here on this battle. Now we've got our XBOW deck ready for action. So what you want to do with this deck is play defense. And the number one tip that I have for an XBOW deck is to make sure you don't overcommit when you're trying to support the XBOW. If the XBOW is already dead, then let it die. So check this out. He has his Inferno Tower down. There's not really much I can do about it since it did a lot of damage to our XBOW. So I let it die there, and now we're going to play some defense, take a little bit of damage here from the Miner, but other than that, we will be just fine. He's also going to use that poison spell, which I am definitely okay with. We're going to waste this log here. Might seem kind of dumb, but we have to cycle and get a good rotation going. So Ice Spirit going down here, as well as the skeletons on the left. And now that we have outcycled his Inferno Tower, we've got an XBOW on the left-hand side that should be able to lock on. He's going to play his Knight, so very, very well played. Unlucky for us, I think that Knight will take down our XBOW just a little bit too much, but luckily we also got the XBOW locked onto the tower, so things are looking pretty good. We're actually going to get down an Electro Wizard right here just to make sure that our XBOW gets a little bit more damage off, because every half second that you can buy the XBOW is hundreds and hundreds of damage, so now he's going to get some damage off there with the Electro Wizard. Log going down, but that's all I'm going to do to defend against that E-Wiz, and as you guys can see, we already have the tower down to 686. So as soon as you get that XBOW to lock onto the tower one time in the game for like 10 or 15 seconds, you usually have that game in the bag. All we have to do now is get like 2 or 3 fireballs onto that tower and everything's going to be okay. But it looks like we've already cycled right back to our XBOW once again. So let's get this XBOW down here on the left-hand side. I'm assuming he is going to play that Inferno Tower, so that's why we have an E-Wiz here, just in case they do have an Inferno Tower. Let's play our E-Wiz right here to keep away that Bandit and the Knight, and the Archers are also going to help out on defense, and we should be good. And actually we're going to get another lock on onto that tower, so things are looking very, very good for us. Let's get some skeletons down to help distract just a little bit longer, and that should be the end of the game as soon as we get through that Electro Wizard. So E-Wiz is down, and that tower is down to 10 HP, so all we have to do now is get a log or a fireball onto that tower. So this is where this deck shines. As soon as you take the early lead in the game, that's going to be the end of the game because it's so good defensively. Down goes the first tower of the game. Let's get an Inferno Tower down here as well. He is going to keep on bringing that Miner and Poison combination to the tower. So it is going to be a pretty close finish. We will see what ends up happening, but we're going to get our Archers down and continue to cycle and get right back to our XBOW to help us out defensively. Let's get this XBOW down right here in front of the tower. Hopefully that does catch his Miner. He's going to play his Miner in the front, so the Miner is not going to get any shots off onto the tower, and the double XBOW is going to help us defend. So we're going to get down our Inferno Tower as well. Just create a wall. This is what this deck excels at, and we know he's going to bring back that Miner, so let's get our Fireball prepared just to make sure he doesn't get any unnecessary damage onto our tower. And that's going to be the end of the first game using this 12-win XBOW deck that I definitely recommend. It is one of the best XBOW decks out there. Outside of Surgical Goblin's Ice Golem deck, I don't know which one's better. I usually beat that deck when I go head-to-head, but they both have their specific strengths and weaknesses and things like that. But let's go ahead and continue to win right here, hopping into the next battle up against 2TSJE from Dutch. Let's see what kind of starting hand we have here. We've got our cycle cards, which is exactly what I like to see. We're going to cycle our skeletons and get our Ice Spirits out of the way. And now we have lined up right to our XBOW. So let's see if he does not make the first move. That's a super lag right there. He's got the Inferno Dragon coming there on the right-hand side. So XBOW going down on the left, and we should be able to get a connection off. We will see. He's got a pack of Barbarians. Fireball going down. A Fireball plus Ice Beard gives you a guaranteed lock-on. And he didn't know we had the Fireball, so he thought our XBOW was going down there for sure. So that's the reason why he sent the Miner in. But those minions are going to be able to clean up our X-Bow right there, which isn't too bad for us. We managed to get a significant amount of damage off, and now his left tower is down to 1598, so we should know now that Barbarians will not counter our X-Bow as long as we have the Fireball and the Ice Spirit combination, or even the Log. It just depends on what our card rotation has in store for us. So here we go. He's going to play an Furnace there on the right-hand side, so let's get our Ice Spirit down just to take the hit from the first set of Fire Spirits, and hopefully the X-Bow can get a lock-on to that Furnace. That'd be super clutch for us. He's going to play the Infernal Dragon, but once again we have the Electro Wizard, so that's going to continue to make the Infernal Dragon reset, but a very, very good Fireball there. So that's what we're going to have to deal with, because the E-Wiz will take shots and he will die to a Fireball after taking any bit of damage at all whatsoever. So we're going to have to try our best to get a second lock onto the tower. Let's get some Archers down and Log as well. We didn't really need the Archers there, but we had to make sure that we didn't take too much damage since he does have a chip deck with the Miner and with the Furnace. So this is going to be a pretty long game. Hopefully we can get the X-Bow to connect onto his Furnace and to get that down and then get a lock on to the tower. So let's get our Skeletons down once again. There he goes with the Furnace. We're going to play our X-Bow, and hopefully this doesn't play out the same way it did before. If it does, we are definitely going to have to switch something up here. So X-Bow is locked on to that Furnace now. I'm waiting for him to play his Infernal Dragon. There it is. So let's get our Ice Spirit down. Let's get our E-Wiz down as well, and hopefully this time his Fireball, we are actually locked on, so X-Bow will get a couple of hundred damage off. We got that tower down to 1260, but once again that Fireball did so much damage. He's coming back in with that Miner. Skeleton's going out to help us distract just a little bit. We're going to have to throw a Fireball down right here because these minions will do way too much damage to us, and then he'll be able to beat us in double elixir time. So once again, we've got the Ice Spirit on the left-hand side. One of our Archers will get a shot off. We've got the Inferno Tower going down for defense. Let's go ahead and bait out his Fireball right here with the Archers. Fireball came out anyways, and he did miss our Archers, so now he doesn't have that Fireball for our Electro Wizard and for our X-Bow there on the left-hand side. So we should be in business this time. Let's go. X-Bow going down. I've got my Ice Spirit for that Inferno Dragon. It should be coming. There it is. We're going to get our Inferno Tower out as well. And hopefully that does take down his Inferno Dragon before it takes down our X-Bow. So double laser going on over there. But we managed to take it out. But the Inferno Dragon did enough damage for him to use a Fireball to take us down. So it's going to be a very, very, very close finish. He's going to try and get us here with these Fire Spirits, but they're not going to get a connection off. Let's get another X-Bow down onto the field. As long as we keep the Fireballs away from our towers, we should be good. So once again, we've got our Fireball right here. And actually, the X-Bow managed to lock on there, guys. So X-Bow is on the tower. That should be the end of the game. Log going down to take care of those goblins. And just like that, we are going to secure the victory. I'm going to hit him with a good game because he did put up a very good fight. It was a close battle, but we managed to get our X-Bow to lock on just before he got his Barbarians down onto the field. So that's the power of the X-Bow deck. If you don't think you're going to win the game, all you have to do is play defense, 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 and then sooner or later there will be a chance, or you just go for the draw for the rest of the game. So let's hop into one more final battle with this deck, and then I'll continue to play on my own and get to that 12 win. But this is my favorite 12 win deck for sure, up against this guy from Nova 1 Potenza. So that's how you know that he is the real deal. Anybody from Nova 1 is definitely a strong player. So we're going to get some Skeletons down. He's got an Inferno Dragon as well. The Inferno Dragon is getting so much use now that he's being used in X-Bow decks and basically just every deck. Speaking of which, here's the X-Bow deck that I was talking about, guys. So this is Surgical Goblin's X-Bow deck. Let's get a Fireball down here as well. So that's going to hit his Inferno Dragon, but unfortunately he will get a lock on. Ewa's going out to help us distract just a little bit. So this is going to be the battle right here. Who has the better X-Bow deck, Surgical Goblin or me? Then again, it's Surgical Goblin. He's the one who's playing his own deck, so he probably beat me in a 1v1. But right here, we are going to try to defeat this X-Bow deck. It will be tough. It's going to be whoever gets their X-Bow locked on first for the longest is definitely going to win the game. So here we go. We've got our X-Bow down. We are going to have to play it just to try and even out the playing field and hopefully get a lock on here. Looks like we will. He's going to play that Inferno Dragon. We've got our Archers here on the right-hand side. So hopefully they can take down his Inferno Dragon. Very, very good log. We're going to get an E-Wiz down just to help distract the Inferno Dragon for a little bit longer and give us a couple of hundred more damage onto that tower. Looks like the Inferno Dragon will go down, and we're going to get so many shots off with the X-Bow, and just like that, we have his right tower down to 1026 HP, so not too bad, but we have definitely taken the lead. E-Wiz will get a shot off onto that tower as well, so things are looking up. But now what we have to do is make sure we do play defense. Here comes that X-Bow once again, so Inferno Tower going down. Hopefully he isn't able to counter us too nicely, or we could be in very, very big trouble. So Archers are doing a lot of work for us right here. Hopefully they can take down that X-Bow. Inferno Tower is going to get a little bit of damage off, but we barely managed to shut down that X-Bow before it got a lock-on onto our tower. So we are definitely in the lead in this game. We've got our Electro Wizard in our hand. I think that's going to be like 3 or 4 fireballs onto the tower. Archer will not get a shot off for us, but that's going to be okay. Let's go ahead and play our X-Bow down once again, and hopefully we can get another lock on and then play defense for the rest of the game. Looks like we will, since he does have so many air troops. That's the reason why I like running like ground things. I like running the archers, the Ewiz, things like that, because the Mega Minion is in the air, and if we play a 1v1 with an Expo deck, we will take an L. So we managed to take down that first tower of the game. Archers trying their best. Let's get some skeletons to help distract. Get an Ewiz down here on the left-hand side to make the Expo retarget, and now we are back in control once again. All we have to do is continue to play defensive Expos in the back and then get our Inferno Towers down as well and play a whole bunch of troops on top of his Expo, and we should be good. So Archer's going down right here. We're going to get some Skeletons down as well. That will get soaked up by the Ice Spirit, or by those skeletons, I mean, and now our Ewiz is doing some more damage once again. So that's the thing with the Expo. As soon as you lose the first tower of the game, you're going to be in big trouble, because there is no way you're going to be able to take that same side, since they can continue to play troops right on top of your Expo. So guys, I think he's throwing in the towel here. I would throw in the towel as well, because there is nothing you can do. We've got our defensive wall set up, and once again, we are going to secure the W, doing very well with an Expo deck. So that's going to push us up to 9-0. So as you guys can see, this deck is definitely a 12-win deck, and I highly recommend it. Maybe somewhere down the road, I will actually do a live stream or a video on getting the 12 wins with this deck. But that's going to do it for today's video. Here is the deck for you guys one more time with the Archers, Skeletons, Ice Spirit, Electro Wizard, Fireball, Log, Expo, and the Infernal Tower. So if you guys did enjoy the video, go ahead and smash that like button. If you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button for some more future daily Clash Royale content. And I hope you guys go on and enjoy the rest of your day. Peace!